Has been an absolute treat as we are setting ready to go. It's the 800 horsepower fire-breathing, mudslinging, ground pounding Morton Buildings World of Outlaws. Off turn 4, the 30th edition of the Prairie Dirt Classic is underway here at Falls. As they work down the back straightaway on lap number 1, we go to work. Brandon Shepard right through the middle of the speedway. Shane Clanton looking to go toe for toe with that capital car number 25. It'll be B. Shep leading lap number 1. All cars point in the right direction. Weaver gets a little bit sideways, but they're still going to work side by side on the back straightaway. Shane Clanton going to dig down to the inside of B. Shep for the race lead. It's still going to be Brandon Shepard, Shane Clanton, Bobby Pierce, Mike Marlar, and Chris Ferguson.
Well, you just got to wonder at this kind of pace, Mike, 13/7 to start off. Are we able to be able to keep that up for 100 laps? Shepard will use a lot of that race car up on this century grind. Bobby Pierce not wasting any time, but a little bit different out of Bobby early. He's going to start on the bottom. I think maybe he's going to try and keep these guys in sight and then fire later on in the event.
Well, we'll see what happens, how long the moisture lasts as Brandon Shepard working around the top side of the speedway. Shane Clanton trying to go pound for pound with him as they head down the back straightaway. Bobby Pierce third, Mike Marlar fourth. Marlar going to look to the inside of Bobby Pierce for the third spot. Bobby Pierce going to hold him off. Pierce third, Marlar fourth. He'll try to get over here in turns 1 and 2. They'll work side by side. Behind of him, Chris Ferguson in the top 5. Ricky Weiss has gone to 6th, and Brian Shirley 7th.
So Shannon Babb, he's going to step to the outside of Devin Moran, trying to get position number 10 away from last year's winner. Billy Drake lurking outside the top 10 in the 75. Meanwhile, towards the front, we take a look at Shirley to the outside of Weiss. Weiss to the inside of Ferguson. Weiss and Ferguson will go at it right now for position number 5. Still belongs to Fergie. I kind of like the way Brian Shirley's going. A little bit high in one corner, middle of the track in the other. Now Weiss has caught Ferguson.
Bobby Pierce, too. Good battle. Ricky Weiss going to go by. Bobby Pierce at the inside of Shane Clanton as we're already into lap traffic. We're not even 10 laps in, and we're in the back of lap traffic. Brandon Shepard going to go around Blake Spencer. And 25 is Shane Clanton, Bobby Pierce, Mike Marlar, then Ricky Weiss, and the 22 of Chris Ferguson.
Oh, and it was close call there for Brandon Shepard as he about got into the rear quarter of Ryan Unzicker. They are too wide in front of the leader. That's going to allow Shane Clanton, Bobby Pierce, along with Mike Marlar to catch up a little bit if Shepard stays mired in that traffic. And Shepard's having a lot of trouble with Unzicker right now.
Bobby Pierce to the inside of Shane Clanton looking to go door to door for the runner-up spot down the front straightaway here at Fairbury. Bobby Pierce will slide down the inside. Side by side with Shane Clanton. They work off a 2 down the back straightaway. Clanton going to have the spot. Brandon Shepard marred in lap traffic. Shane Clanton and Bobby Pierce trying to run him down as we've got 12 in, 88 to go.
Shepard trying to deal with both Brent Larson and Jimmy Owens. Brandon Shepard looked high, nothing there. Looked low, nothing else. So Shepard kind of right now mired in that lap traffic as Clanton and Pierce continue to keep him in the crosshairs. Problem is, once Shepard clears them, they have to do the same. If they want to get a lead in this race early, they're going to have to catch him right now while he's in lap traffic, go by him, and then figure it out from there.
Battle for the race lead. Shane Clanton going to dive down to the inside. Not many people have challenged Brandon Shepard of the World of Outlaw Tour here in 2019. Bobby Pierce and Shane Clanton trying to breathe down his neck. Clanton going to go down to the inside. Bobby Pierce going to go up on the high side. Bobbles a bit. Still third. Clanton second. Brandon Shepard continues to show the way. Bobby Pierce again will fire up on the high side to the outside of Clanton. Down the back straightaway as they try to put a lap on Jimmy Owens. 3 cars under a blanket. Marlar going to join them to make it 4. Good battle up front.
And they continue to follow the lap traffic, which stays side by side. Now 3 wide in front of Shepard. Pierce is going to work on the 25. Marlar took a look at it. Bobby Pierce going to try and trap Brandon Shepard down low. Pierce sees an opening. Shepard will block that line. They'll head into turn number 1 and 2. Pierce at about a groove higher than Brandon Shepard. No rear view mirrors on these cars, so it's up to Bobby Pierce to try and sneak by the 1.
And he's trying to go by Shane Clanton right now. Rick down the front, straightaway got him. Bobby Pierce going to go to second. Now going to go after the 1 of Brandon Shepard, trying to set him up here in lap traffic down the back straightaway. Don't look now, but here comes Mike Marlar in 157. Marlar down to the inside. Clanton in the middle. Bobby Pierce looking to go 3 wide off turn 4 for the runner-up spot. Bobby Pierce breathing down the neck of Brandon Shepard as they approach 20 in, 80 to go. Brandon Shepard up front. Bobby Pierce trying to go pound for pound with him. He'll go to the outside. Shepard to the inside, putting a lap on Jimmy Owens down the front straightaway. Here comes Bobby Pierce.
Brandon Shepard has had a lot of good runs on the bottom as of late, and that was kind of his Achilles heel, but it could be his Achilles heel right now in the worst way, and the fact that it doesn't work for him, because here comes Pierce on the outside. If he can get around Jimmy Owens, he may be able to trap the one car. One car looks awful strong right now as he goes through the center of 1 and 2. Shane Clandon's regroup. He'll go after Pierce. Pierce is going after the one of Shepard. A lot more lap traffic after Jimmy Owens gets cleared. Here comes Bobby Pierce.
Harrison Shepard tiptoed around the high side. Shane Clanton there, the 3 wide for the lead. And the PDC 30 down the back straightaway. Pierce going to go high. Shepard going to go low. Going to get by Jimmy Owens and the one car. Pierce for the lead in the Prairie Dirt Classic. Shepard's right there.
Brandon Shepard at last second got in the lane of Bobby Pierce. That allowed Shane Clanton to take second. Clanton will now fall back just for a moment. Clanton to the inside, Pierce to the outside. Now Pierce going to follow Shepard. Now Clanton's going to try his wares down low. Shane Clanton right in the mix of this thing. More lap cars in front. Still Jimmy Owens and Brent Larson. So now to the bottom goes Brandon Shepard. Pierce to the top. Going to try and pin the one car down again. 3 wide out of 4.
Well, and I think Bobby Pierce got a run on it. We could have a new race leader. Bobby Pierce, 3 wide for the lead, takes the lead. Down the back straightaway now, trying to clear the one car. Can't get the job done. Jimmy Owens, if Bobby Pierce can clear these two, he's got a new race leader. His name is Bobby Pierce. Clanton the second.
Shane Clanton in the 2 spot, but answering back will be Brandon Shepard. There is the 157. Ricky Weiss now in the top 5. Weiss will close the gap on the 157. It's Bobby Pierce with a slide job on Jimmy Owens. Owens answers back. A lot of action all over the racetrack. We're just 27 in.
27 in, down the back straightaway. Bobby Pierce showing the way. Brandon Shepard trying to set him up in lap traffic. Trying to get around the 20 of Jimmy Owens. Shepard down to the inside. Pierce to the outside. Going to work side by side over to number 4 down the front straightaway. Still Bobby Pierce showing the way. Shane Clanton right there trying to go pound for pound with him. Looking to go 3 wide over and 2 down the back straightaway. Still Bobby Pierce. A slider on Jimmy Owens trying to clear him. Going to get the job done. This time up at turn number 4. Jimmy Owens will cross underneath him. Owens still staying on the lead lap. Him and Pierce throwing sliders at each other. Shepard's there. Here comes Shane Clanton. What a race. 70 to go when they come back by. Whoa, and Pierce and Owens get together, Rick. Oh, man.
Jimmy Owens trying to stay on the lead lap. Gets turned. The chrome horn being used by Pierce. Pierce trying to get by him. Slide job after slide job. Owens definitely now will be at the back of the pack. Pierce will go to the lead. I think Jimmy Owens kind of knew he was under the gun, Dustin Jarrett, and it's one of those things when the leader's coming awful hard to stay on the lead lap.
Yeah, there is no doubt about it. And again, Owens was fighting tooth and nail to try to stay on the lead lap, and simply put, they just ran out of racing real estate going into the corner. It happened right in front of me, and it was one of those deals where I think maybe Pierce was, I don't want to say trying to shove him out of the way, but Pierce was ready to kind of move on, and Owens was, again, just trying to stay on the lead lap, and they came together. Also down here in front of me, one of maybe the underdogs coming in, Kent Robinson, he has pulled into the attention of his pit crew something to miss on the 7R.
Yeah, it's early for K-Rob, just 29 of 100 in. So we'll reset the top 10. Bobby Pierce the leader, Brandon Shepard second, Shane Clanton is third, Mike Marlar fourth. Ricky Weiss running in the 5th spot after starting 12th.
Give me time. There we go. We're going to go back to green. 29 in the books, 71 to go. Bobby Pierce showing the way. Now they're going to work right the middle of the speedway. Brandon Shepard through the middle. Shane Clanton down on the bottom. Looking to go 3 wide down the back straightaway for the race lead. Bobby Pierce going to jump back to the cushion. Shepard going to follow in. Clanton in the middle of the speedway. BP 3-2 up front. Getting her done, Rick.
Well, I'm keeping my eyes on the battle right now for position number 8. It's Kyle Bronson and Shannon Babb. They had their issues over at Lincoln on Thursday night. We'll see if that comes into play or if they just race their way through it. They are right now at close quarters as Pierce shows the way. Second for Shepard, third for Clanton. Ricky Weiss up to 4th. Weiss has never won a World of Outlaws Morton Buildings feature, Mike. He would really love this one.
Bobby Pierce continues to show the way. Now out in front of Brandon Shepard, Shane Clanton, Ricky Weiss on the move in car number 7 down the back straightaway. Brian Shirley and Mike Marlar going to mix it up for the 5th spot. Marlar going to dive down to the inside. Brian Shirley to the outside, looking to go side by side. Give Shirley 5th, and it'll be Mike Marlar 6th. Marler again will dive down to the inside. The best battle on the track right now. Down the back straightaway. Enter Kyle Bronson in 40B from the 14th spot. Killer Kyle Bronson on the move.
1/3 of the way through the 30th edition of the Prairie Dirt Classic. And it's been a good one so far. Kyle Bronson again on the move. Started 14th, worked his way to 7th, now trying to get Mikey Marler, who's actually fading a little bit. Marler kind of off the pace here, so we're not sure if something's wrong with the Marathon 157. Bobby Pierce keeping the one machine at bay for now. Long way to go, just 35 in. As we kind of look through the field here, Mike, we're going to see Bobby Pierce now have to go through traffic the way Shepard did.
Man, he is fast. He's going to go right through the back of the field of Ozark Ford. Blake Spitzer in car number 6. Going to go a lap down. Now he's going to go to work on the 12 of Kevin Weaver. Dispense of him quickly. Weaver going to try to get back on the lead lap down the back straightaway. Bobby Pierce puts Weaver and Spencer a lap down, but it allows Shepard to gather. Oh, and he gets into the turn 4 wall. Might have hurt him. Here comes Shepard now.
Time and time again, we've seen Pierce throw all caution to the wind. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Ricky Weiss is up to 3rd. The rookie point leader is in the hunt and on the move. Side by side now, Marler and Clanton.
Good battle for 3rd. Mike Marler down to the inside, but Weiss going to drive by, so Ricky Weiss, the Canadian, to 3rd. Marler trying to go step for step with him. Meanwhile, back up front, Brandon Shepard trying to reel in Bobby Pierce. 40 in the books, 60 to go as we near halfway. It's still Bobby Pierce showing the way up on the falls cushion. Brandon Shepard running second, a step lower. The battle for 3rd's a good one. Mike Marler to the inside of the 7 of Ricky Weiss off 4. Give Mike Marler 3rd.
So Marler back in the hunt in 3rd, gets around Ricky Weiss, and it looks like the bottom is starting to come into play. Have they wore the top side out? We'll find out down the road. Getting close to the halfway point, just 8 laps shy of that. Kevin Weaver calling it quits. So the 1991 champion will retire before the halfway point. All the while, Brian Shirley stays in the 105th, Clanton 6th, Bronson, Babb, Moran, and Ferguson, your top 10.
We'll see if Mike Marler can reel in Brandon Shepard and Bobby Pierce. Now Pierce again marred in lap traffic. We'll see if Brandon Shepard can take advantage. Pierce, a circus act around the outside. Going to be very careful down the front straightaway. Dealing with the lap car. Now he's got Jimmy Owens again and the 1 car down the back straightaway. Careful, Bobby, look out. Here comes Brandon Shepard trying to take advantage. We got a race as we approach the halfway. 55 to go as they tiptoe through lap traffic. Rick, oh my, look out.
Shane Clanton is just trying to elbow his way around the 6 of Blake Spencer to try and stay in the 4th spot. So far, so good. Ricky Weiss back to 5th. High side not working. Bottom is where it's at right now. Don't look now. Oh, look out. Pierce and the B1 Bomber come together. No room for Bobby Pierce. Brent Larson right there. Pierce has dodged 2 bullets in the form of lap cars, and he remains out front. Dustin Jarrett, I got a feeling there's got to be a horseshoe or a lucky penny or something in the cockpit of the 32.
Yeah, maybe one of each. Maybe a rabbit's foot, maybe a 4-leaf clover, because he just seems to either be in the right place at the right time or the wrong place at the right time, however you want to look at it. He does have a little bit of damage, though, on the 32 here up near the left front. Doesn't look like it's going to be anything that is rubbing, though, at least from my vantage point.
Well, Bobby Pierce, 4 shy of halfway, 30 grand, the 30th Prairie Dirt Classic back underway, Rick.
Everybody chasing the 32. Mike Marler gets the 2nd spot away from the 1. So Marler back in the runner-up position. Ricky Weiss trying to grab 4th away from Shane Clanton. Bronson to the outside, Moran to the outside, 3 wide with Babb and Ferguson.
Oh my gosh, here comes Kyle Bronson. Bronson, we talk about a high-wire act with Bobby Pierce. Here comes Kyle Bronson, the killer on the move. Looking to go to the outside of Ricky Weiss and Shane Clanton. Looks for the 2-for-1 off 4. He's going to send it. Not quite. What a battle for the 3rd spot. Brandon Shepard going to jump back to the falls cushion as well. Looking for a slider on Mikey Marler's going to get that job down to the back straightaway. Ricky Weiss cuts off the momentum from Kyle Bronson. Bronson, Weiss, Clanton, Shepard, and Marler. What a battle. Look out. Almost 3 wide again to the front straightaway.
Prochet and Babb into the mix as he's working the bottom. Marler. Here comes Bronson. 2 for the price of 1. So the high side works for Bronson. Low side working for other drivers. Kyle Bronson's now going to go after both Marler and Shepard.
Wow. What a battle for this 3rd spot. high wire act down the back straightaway. Marler to the inside. Shepard to the outside, bringing Kyle Bronson along with him. Shane Clan's down to his inside amongst the top 5. Ricky Wise nice and smooth through the middle of the speedway, but Bobby Pierce showing the way. Halfway home, 48 to go now. As they work in a 3.5 for the battle for seconds. A good one, Mike Marler in 157, the B1, or the 1 of Brandon Shepard. Gonna take second.
So Bobby Pierce will lead him down the backstretch. Down low is Marler, up high is Shepard. Same with Clanton and Bronson. Ricky Weiss watching it all take place from 6th. Shannon Babb is now up to 7th. Moran 8th, Shirley 9th, Ferguson 10th. Darrell Lanigan from 20th is now up to 11th. Lanigan's making his way through the field on the bottom of the racetrack.
The battle for third's about ready to heat up. Here comes Kyle Bronson. Here comes Shane Clanton again. Kyle Bronson letting it all hang off at turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Marler goes out to the inside. Kyle Bronson gonna frickin' send it off a 2 down the back straightaway. Can he pull even with Mike Marler? Not yet. 45 to go. Bobby Pierce shows the way of a battle for third. Look out, KB on the move down the front straightaway. Half a car length. Him and Marler a dandy.
Kyle Bronson will go after the 157. Shot out of a cannon down the backstretch. Could have the third spot here by the time we get to the line. Marler's going to stay committed to the bottom high side, working for Bronson. Kyle Bronson up to third.
Bronson up to third. Now we know he's going to go after Brandon Shepard for the runner-up spot down the back straightaway. Clanton, Babb, Weiss all on the bottom of the speedway. Behind outside the top 5. Bobby Pierce. Oh, and we got a car. Larson and 77 of Jay Morris got together right in front of Bobby Pierce. Everything okay. As they put a lap on Blake Spencer down the back straightaway. The battle for third, still a good one. Brandon Shepard second, Bronson third, Marler there, but Bobby Pierce now going to deal with Hudson O'Neal here in lap traffic and Ryan Unzicker. Could this be what Brandon Shepard and Kyle Bronson need to gather in Bobby Pierce down the back straightaway? Here they come, Rick.
So Kyle Bronson still trying to shake Mike Marler and go after the 1 of Shepard for second. Bobby Pierce dealing with Hudson O'Neal. Pierce has had a busy race. 3rd of 9 lives gone after the Larson and Morris contact. So now Bobby Pierce will work the high side. Ashton Winger next in line up top for him. Bronson will stay up top. Marler on the bottom. Clanton on the bottom. Babb on the bottom.
40 to go, Rick, in the Prairie Dirt Classic. Brandon Shepard starting to reel in Bobby Pierce down the back straightaway. Hudson O'Neal now jumps to the high side in front of Brandon Shepard. 39 to go. 30 grand on the line. Can Brandon Shepard, Kyle Bronson, and Mike Marler run down Bobby Pierce on the cushion, hell-bent for 30 grand. Here comes Brandon Shepard now. Shepard going to work through the middle of the speedway. Hudson O'Neal going to let him go by. We got a race. Here comes B-Shep.
Gotta wonder if maybe Shepard held something back, and crew chief Danny White, Mark Richards said, okay, time to turn up the wick. Time to start pushing that loud pedal. Sliding right in front of Boom Briggs was the 32 of Pierce. Bronson still working on Marler with Clanton watching it all take place.
Oh, and Marler gets in the lap car. Jay Morris, we're still going green as he really hopped off the back of the 77. Bobby Pierce continues to show the way, smooth on the falls cushion. Down the front straightaway, Brandon Shepard. Ashton Winger, the next car to go lap down, running on the falls cushion. Bobby Pierce driving the wheels off the 32. Going to throw a slider at Ashton Winger here in lap traffic. 35 to go. Bobby Pierce continues to lead the Prairie Dirt Classic.
Down to a Saturday night shootout for Bobby Pierce, Brandon Shepard, Kyle Bronson, Mike Marler, Shane Clanton, Shannon Babb, and Brian Shirley. Pierce is going to stay committed to the top of the racetrack, as will the one that's pretty much where the clear lane is right now, Mike Norris, as Bobby Pierce has to hit his marks. One mistake could allow the 1 of Shepard to close the gap. One mistake in the wall could cost Pierce everything.
33 to go. Brandon Shepard slowly reeling in your race leader, Bobby Pierce. Pierce now changing up his line. He's using the Mike Harrison tactic. Drive up to the cushion and drive off it. We'll see if it pays off for him. 32 to go. Bobby Pierce continues to show the way. We'll see if Shepard can track him down. The battle for third. Mike Marler back to third. Kyle Bronson to fourth.
Frankie Heckenass Jr. has moved into the number 12 spot. He had faded for a while, but he's starting to march forward. Maybe he's got a little left in the tank. Devin Moran having big trouble with the cushion. Smacks the wall, breaks the steering, and we're going to have caution. Devin Moran got a big piece of the cushion into, and I think he broke some steering as it hugged the wall, and it would not come back down, so Devin Moran calls it quits. The defending champion will not be out to defend the final 31 laps. You better believe it. We're about to go green, Mike Norris, so we are down to basically now 30 laps when they come back by.
No doubt about it. Here we go. Falls at Prairie. Here we have a slide job of the restart. Brandon Shepard down to the inside of Bobby Pierce. Side by side for the race lead. Down the back straightaway they go. Here comes Mike Marlar down to the inside. Bobby Pierce on the cushion. Who's it going to be up there? Number 4, Bobby Pierce back to the race lead. Side by side for a second now. We'll see if Mikey Marlar can get her going down to the inside. Here comes Marlar for second down to the inside of Brandon Shepard. 3 wide for the 4 spot. Chris Ferguson out of nowhere going to go to 4th. Fergie in the middle of the speedway goes to 4th. 30 to go. A regular night. Down the back straightaway, Chris Ferguson going to 4th. 28 remain. Fergie through the middle in that Bloomquist chassis. Shepard trying to run down Pierce. Can he get the job done? 28 to go in the Prairie Dirt Classic.
A lot of things playing out here all of a sudden. And it's Mike Marlar who's come back to life. He's going after Brandon Shepard for second. Ferguson is on the move. Bronson back up top. Clanton back down low. Pierce where he's been up front. 27 laps remain. 73 down. And Frankie Heckeness Jr. has made it to 10. So Frankie is starting to come alive.
Who's going to drive the car to the bank for $30,000 and cash that check? Bobby Pierce again switching up the lines. Brandon Shepard still trying to inch closer to him. 157 to Mike Marlar down on the inside. Shepard to the outside. They're going to work side by side for the runner-up spot. Marlar going to go to second. Bobby Pierce continues to drive the wheels off the 32 and hold the lead. But here comes Mikey Marlar. 24 to go. Rick and Mike Marlar or Brandon Shepard stop Bobby Pierce here tonight.
We saw this last night in the showdowns. Everybody that thought they were best up top found out they weren't when it came to the bottom of the racetrack. Marlar and both Chris Ferguson are testing the waters to see if maybe there's something still like last night. It's working for them right now. 23 to go. Now the question is, if they catch Pierce, does Pierce try to block down low?
What a battle for the runner-up spot. Mike Marlar, Brandon Shepard, and Chris Ferguson looking to make it 3 wide for the runner-up spot down Broadway. Here it falls. Mike Marlar going to hold on for second. Slowly inching into Bobby Pierce. Pierce better in 3 and 4. Marlar and Shepard better in 1 and 2, I believe. 21 to go. Bobby Pierce just wheeling that thing on the high side over here in 3 and 4. Continues to hold the lead. When he comes back down, 20 to go. I think the only thing will slow him down is lap traffic, and they're all on the bottom. Bobby Pierce looking good with 20 to go.
Lap traffic's going to come into play shortly, and caution comes out. Kyle Bronson slow on the racetrack. Might be a left rear flat coming to the assistance of that team, and headed up by the crew. Of course, girlfriend Sierra Pierce down there as well. Dustin Jarrett's right in the action.
Yeah, Kent Robinson pulled right up here to me like maybe he wanted me to do a little bit of work on this race car, but Kate Loudy and the rest of the crew down here, they are jacking that race car up, and now it looks like they are going to make just a little bit of a chassis adjustment on the left rear of this 7R. So maybe just trying or testing a couple different things out on this race car. Jason Palyabicki, Kate Loudy, and the rest of the crew down here just throwing a couple things at it, seeing what this 7R maybe will do in the last 21 laps of this race.
They gang up on the 32. He throttles up, and here we go.
Here comes Mikey Marlar thinking about a slide job of the restart. Down to the inside, and Pierce bobbles. Marlar could have him. Pierce going to drive away from him down the back straightaway. Shane Clanton going to go to the inside of Chris Ferguson. Marlar down to the inside for the race lead, but it's still going to be Bobby Pierce. Marlar going to get a second. Marlar going to get a second. Shepard third. Chris Ferguson down to the inside of Brandon Shepard. Can Mike Marlar find something down on the bottom? Bobby Pierce on the top. 19 to go. Well, Marlar drives clear across the track. Bobby Pierce still leads.
Bobby Pierce leading with less than 20 to go. So it is time to put your cards on the table. If you have something up your sleeve, you better bring it out and play it, or else it may be too late. Bobby Pierce, 82 laps in, 18 to go. Everybody now trying to figure out what to do. So Brandon Shepard said, you know what, top hasn't worked. I'll go to the bottom, see what's there. He changes with Marlar. They swap lines in 3, right back to where they were, coming out of 4, dead even for second.
Here comes Brandon Shepard, going to get around Mike Marlar, the 157. Down the back straightaway, Brandon Shepard going to try to run down Bobby Pierce, Don't know if he's going to be able to outwheel him on the high side. Pierce is strong. Can the car hold up for 16 more circuits? Or can Brandon Sheppard, does he have enough to reel in the smooth operator? I believe these two are going to decide at 32-1. 15 to go in the 30th Prairie Dirt Classic.
So now we get down to brass tacks, the final 15 circuits, and Brandon Sheppard has put his foot through the firewall. No more gas pedal. He's got it on the carburetor, opening it up for all it's worth. Mike Marlar trying to keep pace, not able to do so. Laps winding down. Pierce is going to have company before this is over. Marlar comes back.
Good battle for the runner-up spot. Brandon Sheppard in 1, Mike Marlar in 157. They're looking to go side by side. Brandon Sheppard still going to hold the top spot. Mike Marlar again down to his inside. 13 to go. Clant runs fourth, Fergie fifth, then Weiss, then Babb, then Heckenist, then Gordy and Shirley and Younghands. Bobby Pierce continues to abuse the right side of that car. 12 to go. Sheppard and Marlar cannot figure it out. Bobby Pierce continues to lead.
All they can hope for is one more caution, one more shot at the smooth operator. He comes down, we'll get 10 to go when he comes back. Sheppard second, Marlar third, Clanton fourth, Weiss fifth, Ferguson sixth, seventh is Frankie. He's moved up another one. Eighth is Babb, ninth is Gordy, and 10th is Shirley. Dennis Erb Jr. slow on the racetrack. Erb slow. Caution is out for Dennis Erb Jr. 11 to go, one more Delaware double file, left rear flat. So he'll go to the attention, Dustin Jarrett, of his crew chief, Heather Line. They're going to have to change that tire and get him back out. In front of him say no way. Let's find out what happens. Looks like Sheppard's going to try and get a run out of 4. Green flag in the air. Pierce going to go high to protect.
Sheppard down to the inside. Did he make it work? Race fans are going to go side by side. Here comes Mike Marlar. Marlar may have a shot at him in 3 and 4. Sheppard's there looking to go 3 wide. Here the Prairie Dirt Classic for the lead. Mike Marlar and Bobby Pierce. Pierce too strong on the high side.
10 laps to go. It's Pierce, Marlar, Sheppard, Clanton, and Weiss, the top 5. Almost did both Sheppard and Marlar get the lead away from Pierce, but that cushion has been his friend all race long. Let's see if it stays his friend, as now we're under 10 laps to go. Mike Marlar says, you know what, the bottom may be here. Let's see what happens.
Here comes Shane Clanton as well. He tried to give around the 1 of Brandon Sheppard. Mike Marlar down to the inside. Pierce to the outside. Off of 4 down the front straightaway. Marlar keeping pace with him, but for how long? Bobby Pierce relentless on the cushion. Here it falls down the back straightaway. Brandon Sheppard now going to go to the outside of Marlar for second. 7 to go. It's been all Bobby Pierce here at 2019.
Pierce has led a long time in this event, but it's lap 100 that pays the 30 grand. Marlar, Sheppard, gonna try and stalk him one more time. 6 laps to go. A little bobble that time in the cushion. Pierce is feeling the pressure. 5 to go when they come back.
Up front, Marlar and Sheppard trying to duke it out for the runner-up spot. Brandon Sheppard down the back straightaway, trying not to let Pierce get away from him. 5 to go, Bobby Pierce, Brandon Sheppard. Well, Pierce washed out and allows Sheppard and Marlar to gather him in. Close quarter racing here with 5 to go. 4 when they come back. Rick, does Marlar and Sheppard have anything for him? We're going to find out. 4 to decide it. 30 grand on the line.
They're closing the gap. Sheppard was 0.6 of a second behind. Now it's 0.7. So that time Pierce actually gained a 10th. But Sheppard just got a big run off of turn 2. Brandon Sheppard's going to close the gap. He's going to throw all caution to the wind. 3 laps to go. The 2 to go signal when they come back.
2 to go when they come back by Bobby Pierce, Brandon Sheppard. Sheppard again, a good run over in 1 and 2, but Bobby Pierce is so strong on the falls cushion. Marlar's there, Sheppard's there. They're waiting for Bobby Pierce to make a mistake. He won't. 2 to go, Rick, as Bobby Pierce continues to show the way here in the Prairie Dirt Classic. This time, Sheppard again, a good run. They'll come down for the white flag in the 30th Prairie Dirt Classic. Bobby Pierce slipped up. Here comes Sheppard. He might have it something for him. Down the front straightaway. Bring us home, Rick. Here we go.
It's the final lap as Sheppard has done it. He has spanked the horse and he's going after Pierce. We're going to have a showdown. Slide job in turn number 4 by Sheppard. Pierce in the wall. Sheppard cuts him off. Checker flag. Sheppard wins. Sheppard wins. Sheppard wins. Mike Marlar second. Bobby Pierce third. 4th to Ricky Weiss. 5th to Gordy Gundaker. You just saw an instant classic here at Fairbury.
Oh, snap. Wow.
What just happened here at Falls? Dustin Jarrett, I know it sounds a little weird, but I'm speechless.
Where did Brandon Sheppard come from those last 2 laps? Here's the moment of truth, guys. He's pulling that rocket chassis house car up on the scales. And he gets the thumbs up. It's official, Fairbury. He was going to pull in victory lane, and instead, he's going to take a victory lap. Let him hear you back straight away. Well, he's down here in the car. Bobby Pierce down here talking to him about what happened on the last lap of this race. The 2 drivers just shook hands and talked it over. Pierce walking back to his car, and the driver out of New Berlin, Illinois, about to step out of the rocket chassis Swabert Calf Ranch's Valvoline sponsored number 1, a winner of the Prairie Dirt Classic for the 2nd time in the last 3 years. He's out of the car, Fairbury. A last turn, last lap pass for Brandon Sheppard. Look at the kids up on the car with him as well. Jace is up there posing for the pictures. And unbelievable. Matt Curl down here to congratulate Brandon Sheppard on the win. And Brandon, congratulations, you're a Prairie Dirt Classic winner for the 2nd time. First things first, talk about the last turn and the last lap of that race.
I don't even know what to say about it, honestly. He was chopping the corner off on entry, and that's what I was doing behind him there. That's where I felt the most comfortable. They're past halfway when me and Marler were racing. I started running the top all the way up against it, getting into 1 a little bit, and I felt okay. But I felt like I was going to crash every time I did it, so I stopped. And then I seen a few laps to go there on the board, and I thought, you know what? We got a little bit of a cushion on the points, and I'm going to go for it. And, you know, hats off to Bobby. He did a really good job. He got by me there in lap traffic, and he's definitely top-notch, especially when it comes to running the cushion like that. And, you know, he said he didn't have no power steering, so if he didn't have power steering for that race, he's a bad man. So congratulations to him and all the other guys. And, you know, I got to thank all the great sponsors on this thing: Valvoline, Swabert Calf Ranches, Ace Metalworks, Gunner's Honey, Durham Racing Engines, Motor ran flawless all night again tonight, Kaiser Manufacturing, Integra Shocks and Springs. Awesome crew: Mark, Dan, Austin, Joel, all them guys, Steve Baker, Sherry Baker, everybody rocket chassis. My dad, Missy, my girlfriend Michaela, my daughter Addison, my son Jace, my boy Sap. You know, all the great fans were coming out. I'm sure it's going to be a heck of a party tonight. I might have a few with you guys tonight. I don't know. I got a long drive, but you know, just thank everybody that's involved with this deal, man. It's been a dream this year, and you know, to put on a good show here at Falls like that, that's what it's all about. You know, that's why the fans come here, because it's an amazing race. And I think we were 3 wide for a second there with about 3 to go, and I didn't know. I thought I was going to run fourth there for a second, and then I just you know, started driving harder and harder and harder, and I was giving it all it had there at the end. And luckily, you know, I figured Bobby was going to turn down underneath me. I didn't think it was going to stick. I figured he'd see me coming and turn down, but you know, it probably was hard to do that without power steering. But you know, awesome. Woo!
Brandon, I saw Bobby come down here to you in victory lane. What did he say?
He just told me good job, and he said it was clean. So that's, you know, I strive to I push myself to race clean with everybody, because I don't want to be race dirty either. I don't like to have to do extra work in my race car for no reason, and I know my guys don't either. So you know, I know there's a lot of guys doing some pretty heavy damage work on the cars back there, and like I said, I like to be able to race these guys clean. You know, Mikey and Shane and Ricky and Bobby, like that. As long as we can race clean like that and put on a good show for the fans, that's what it's all about.
Last thing, what do you want to say to these great fans here at Fairbury Speedway?
Oh man, you guys are awesome. I think everybody was on their feet for that one. I'm pretty sure. If you weren't, I don't know what's wrong with you, but it was a blast out there. Thanks for everybody for coming out, and come down to the trailer and buy some t-shirts, I guess.
Fairbury Speedway, he's a 2-time PDC champ. Let him hear you again. It's Brandon Shepherd.
How about that trophy right there? That thing is awesome. Hats off to the guy that built it. Came down and introduced himself to me earlier today, and he said that it'd be a good one for the shelf, so it's definitely going to look good in Mark's trophy room for sure.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Brandon Shepherd is a 2-time winner of the Prairie Dirt Classic.